Chevrolet. I'm gonna try and make this short and sweet. I just changed the oil on my Chevrolet. Went to Walmart to buy some oil, and I bought one 10W30 and one 10W40. Oh man, so I put in 10W40 and not enough of it. It takes 6 quarts. It says on the internet 6 quarts plus 1 for the filter, or 3/4 of 1 for the filter. And I used a K&N filter. I don't use no crappy $1.99 filter. So this motor's kind of rattly. It had some oil pump work done to it. The guy that I bought it from was a flipper, but he put quite a bit of work into it, and you can't see it, but all the suspension's been off, and he had the oil pan off, or the front cover off, rather, I forget. But I don't know if they put an oil pump on it or what, but the pressure reads low, and someone on the internet that watches my video said it could be the oil pressure switch. Screen could be blocked. But I watched SMA, South Main Auto, change it, and it's really hard to get in there. You need 12 universal joints and a U-turn and a cul-de-sac, and it's in there somewhere, so I'm not going to tackle it because I'm heading out on the road tomorrow. But what I will play for you is the sound of the engine starting when I change the oil in the G5 over there. Fresh oil made the engine a lot quieter, and I was using full synthetic with a decent quality filter that was kind of smushed. Let's crank this baby up with fresh oil, and I filled the filter, and they say, I saw an internet YouTube video, when you fill the filter you're doing something bad because the oil enters from the outside of the filter and you're filling it from the inside. So you're actually causing the oil to push through the filter media and then push the oil out of the filter, so it could actually make the oil pump work harder and or cavitate. I don't know, what are your thoughts? I let the oil sit in there for 10-15 minutes, and I fill it full to the brim and let it saturate, so it may be going through the filter to the outside, and I don't know. Let's crank that baby up. A little tap tap, not much. What do we got for oil pressure? Not very much oil pressure. It's reading, if that gauge is accurate, 25 pounds, which is not a lot. It should be 25 at hot, burning hot idle. I got 262,000 on this thing. Seems to run really well. The check engine light's on because I unplugged the mass airflow sensor to see how it worked. I was going to swap it with the other Suburban, but I'm not going to play around with that now. So that light will extinguish when it goes through its cycle. But 25 pounds cold on a cold start with 10W40 is unacceptable. It should be 60 or 70 till the bypass blows off on the oil pump. And then it goes down to 10 or 15. It's really low, but it might not be accurate. Maybe the oil pressure switch screen is blocked. I don't know. So I'm happy I put fresh oil in. I did change the oil when I bought this thing. I used Quaker State and a K&N filter in Phoenix, but I drove it since then 5,000-6,000 miles. I know they say 15,000. No way, Jose. 5,000-6,000 is more than enough. Plus I got it hot when this stupid fitting cracked, and I went to Rock Auto and they sell a whole bunch of parts, Dorman, AC Delco, which one's which? They all seem similar. One's 111 millimeters, one's 113. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is, or maybe I should change the whole T here. But they sell 2 different ones, and I don't know which is which. The description isn't accurate enough, so somebody may want to chime in and tell me which one I need, because I really should change those. I'm just looking for trouble. Maybe disconnect the rear heater. Somebody else sent me an email. They need a starter bracket for a 6.2 diesel, and I had 2 brand new ones, and I bought some other ones that are similar but they're different, and I misplaced them. I don't know where I put them. Here's one, but this is not a 6.2. This is bigger. The 6.2 is an inch or so shorter. This could be cut to fit, but I'd need a 6.2 motor like the one that's sitting in my Ram side in Indiana. Yeah, I know all about it. It's still sitting there. I know all about it. Just talked to the guy a couple weeks ago. I said, so what's going on? Oh, I'm going to get to it. I said, have you touched it? Well, I've been thinking about it. It's been sitting there since 2010. Sounds like 8.5 years to me, with a 6.2 sitting in the back from the diesel stop. Yeah, tell me about it. So I'm going to turn this thing off, check my oil level, check the mud. I put some new transmission fluid in. I got some cherry tomatoes. I love growing tomatoes. And I got all kinds of plans, but we'll see what transpires. It's going to be tomato planting season soon. Just like it's peach time in Georgia. Time to pick the peaches in Georgia. It's coming sooner than you think. Time for a road trip. Got my tires. I also saw a video on YouTube. They were discussing the light and heavy side of the tire. Yellow is supposed to go against the valve, which the guys at Discount Tire Direct didn't do. There's also a red dot somewhere here, but it's a lot more difficult, a lot less visible. They got that one right, pretty close. They got the red dot there, that's the heavy side of the tire. So you'd think they'd get it perfect. How complicated is that? They got that one spot on, yeah, except they missed. Yep. What are you gonna do? So I got them balanced, and they compensated me for balancing them and for the inconvenience, so I can't complain about that, but why bother putting a yellow dot on if you're not gonna line it up with the valve? Got slight rubbing here, just ever so slight, just nicks the edge here. So that's it. Oil pressure's low, the oil is fresh and changed. I got my heater control module right there. I gotta service that. One day someone's gonna tell me how to do it. There's some serviceable part under the dash, I believe. There's some little box here. Maybe it's this here, maybe it has to be changed, maybe it has to be synced, I don't know, I just don't have the time. I just put a vice grip on it, and I slowed down my water so the heater doesn't boil me out of existence. Lots of junk in the shop, lots of projects, lots of things to do. Thanks for watching. YouTube is so much fun. Find the button. Come on, button. What? There it is.